So we got that load unloaded. And why did I go unload it? Well, it's what every good man should do for his wife. He's tired. And the deal with it is we got loaded late because of the shipper and had to go back the next day to redo the appointment. So I just went and kicked it off for her. And we're done with that one and off we go. The Quickery Feast for the Road. Degrees outside on Friday. That's right, it's Friday, but it's Monday for me. February 28th. Tomorrow's March. The weatherman says that there's a chance of snow on Wednesday for us, but other than that, we are probably done with winter. It's going to start trending warmer. As you see, it's 48, 49 now. And yeah, it's crazy windy right out of that side of the country. We're going west. It's insanely windy today, but it's all right. We're empty right now, and we're still only getting 4.8 miles per gallon because it is still windy. It is a 45 mile an hour gust with about 30 mile an hour almost sustained. But that don't matter. We'll start climbing up there here in a second. We are heading to Mossany, Wisconsin to load some cheese. And where are we going? We are going to Cary, North Carolina. That's where we're going. Let's go load this steed. Okay, we're getting loaded. But it's really crazy windy, so we're supposed to get a cold front. Like you guys saw, it was what, almost 50 degrees when we left the house, 48, 49. It's 45 here. It's supposed to get really cold overnight, like low teens, and then it's supposed to be cold tomorrow, like mid-20s, but then Sunday's supposed to start warming back up, and then Monday's going to be back in the 40s. So that's why it's so windy, because it's so warm today. And any time of the year when it's this warm, I mean, this time of the year when it's this warm, it's always crazy windy. So yeah, but at least the weather, the temperature is nice. I'll take that. I'm kind of tired of the cold. I think everybody is. Although, if that's the case, and that's what's going to happen, that's been a relatively short winter. Because it's basically the 28th of February. Tomorrow's the 1st of March. I mean, it's still cold in March and we still get snow. It is what it is, though. I'll take it. I mean, it would be kind of nice to we got a little bit more snow so we could ride these snowmobiles, but and everybody else. I mean, it's been a stupidly short season, so for sled riding. But for trucking, yeah, I'll take the warm. I'm kind of tired of the cold. Like Alice went out last week. It was what, minus 20 almost in Nebraska overnight. And that's just air temperature. The wind chill was probably like minus 38, 40. that's when you start gotta worrying about stuff, because we're not the northern folk, you know, down here. We're not like you guys up there. Some of you guys up there in Canada, you guys got the good fuel and the number one, and you got like an alcohol injection for your airlines and all that stuff. And I don't know, most of you do, but man, us down south here, you know, we worry about that stuff. It's, see all these trucks on the side of the road gelled up, and that's just not fun. Trucks hate cold, man. They just hate cold. Yeah, I got frostbite on my fingertips when I was, I think I was holding a hitch, receiver hitch, and it was like 5 degrees outside, and I was holding it for, I don't know, maybe 30 seconds in my hand, and then the next day I'm getting like all this burning stuff on my fingertips. Like, what the hell happened? Like, it felt like paper cuts. And I started looking at it, and my fingertips are all red. I'm like, oh, nice, I got frostbite. Luckily, it went away here in a couple of days, but yeah, that was fun. So that's what I mean. I'm good. I'm good on a cold. I used to hate the hot, and I used to love the cold when I was younger, but the older I get, the more I want to move to Arizona. It's cold, man. Let's see where we're sitting at on our gauges. This load usually isn't too heavy coming out of here. Oh, we're good on the trailer. 31 and a half. Oh man, this wind gets you. It's. I'm not gonna tell you guys that it sucks, but it's a good one. I'm telling you, it's windy. It'll cut you, even though it's in the 40s. What are we at over here? What do you guys see? 33. I like to say it's calming down, but it's kind of like a false sense of, I don't know, false sense of thought. It's not behind the building here, man. It's like some of these empty trucks. It's almost like they lost. It looks like they're about to lose it, and it's windy. I'm ready to start heading east. This crap starts pushing us. Cover up the light. It makes glare. I'm parked for the night. Danville. Is it Danville? Where the hell are we? Something like that. Indiana on I-74. I think we're gonna run I-74 to Cincinnati and then take that, the 280, 275? Is that what it is? Around 271, then up to 35. I think that's faster. And I think to go through Dayton. Hey, the roads are better on 74 in Indiana too. It's been windier than hell all day, but since we started heading east, it's been pushing us, so take that. It's supposed to get cold overnight, and it's not going to be much. It's not going to be very warm in the morning, so I put the reefer on to continuous because this load has a range on it, so you can cycle it. Per the shipper, you can cycle it, but I don't think it'll kick on at all at night, so I want air circulation, so I just turn it back on. Plus, if it ever kicks on, it's just gonna probably wake me up, so I'd rather just leave it on continuous. Check this bad boy out. I know we're late to the party with that phrase, but better late than never. So that's Mama's ATM. That's the engine that's in it now. That's the packer that came out of it, and obviously you know what that means. And yes, I'm currently naked because that was the shirt I was wearing. And no, I will not show you. I've put it back on so you don't have to see my hair. Ines. Yes, it's about as bad as that. So yeah, that's going to be available here pretty soon. Kids, man, I don't know. They're all going to be all various sizes. Kids shirts too. The kids one's going to have the print on the front. The adult one's the print's on the back, and it has our logo on it, the trucking company. So yeah, that's about it for today. We have about 590 miles to go tomorrow to Greensboro, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna get to Greensboro tomorrow evening if all goes well, and then we unload Sunday at noon, but we'll probably go there earlier and then we reload the same day. Kind of like what we did last time when we went to North Carolina, when we came out of the west, out of Idaho, and then we're taking that back to the Chicagoland area, and then we're gonna go home after that. And I think it's about time to bring Mama's ATM home. As you guys saw, it drove out under its own power. I had to do a little tweaking on it because the TPS wasn't right, it wasn't reading correct. Got that fixed. I am waiting on a couple parts. The main thing I'm waiting for is the turbo inlet coupler, the 90. I had to get one basically from like a 871 style, like what Fancy had, because it's a 5-inch inlet, and it's kind of a thin snake down. There's not a lot of room between the turbo and the alternator there, so it's got to be like a Cobra style pipe. And I found one. They're not cheap, like 250 bucks, although that was cheaper than everybody else that was selling them. So I bought that. Should be here on Monday, which is in 2 days, because today's Saturday the 28th. Tomorrow's March 1st, and we'll get that. We're gonna go home, and I want to bring that truck home. I have an ambitious goal of maybe having it on the road by middle of March, pulling a load. So cross your fingers. I really want to do that. The truck drove under its own power, needs a couple tweaks here and there. I ordered some new air tanks for it yesterday. They should be here tomorrow. Both the primary and the secondary, the top and bottom tank that's on the battery box, junk, Swiss cheese. Frontier Truck Parts out of Michigan, Grand Rapids area, great people. They hooked me up, $300 for both. Peterbilt wanted $880 per tank, which for a metal tank, just a tank with no fittings even, a lot of money just for a tank. That would have been $1,760 before tax. Well, we wouldn't pay tax because of rolling stock, but exemption, but it's still a lot of money for freaking air tanks, man. That's insane. So $300 for both, almost new looking. So good on that. I'm gonna replace those. I got all my AC stuff came in, so we're gonna put that on, pull a vacuum on it, hopefully get that going. I gotta take the manifold off when we get home because I gotta replace the one end piece on it, and also one of the studs is broken on it, which sucks, and we're probably gonna have to weld a nut to it and then extract it because it's probably not gonna come out easily, but we're gonna do that when we bring it home. But really, the only thing that's stopping the truck from driving now is kind of putting the throttle positioning sensor back on it, putting the turbo coupler on, and she's good to go. Man, it's a chilly one this morning. Flurries are flying. Nice. It's not too bad here. It says it's 32, something like that. Waiting for this old ELD to boot up so we can raise up and get our travel on. 591, 600 miles roughly to where we're going to stop for the night in Greensboro, and planning on making it there. So yeah, freaking bunk heater kept acting up all night. I gotta do something about that. I clean it out. It just, no flame found, and it kept being stupid. It ran, what it does is, like, when it's warmer out, you can turn it on and set it to like 76 and it'll run, and that's what you gotta have it at for it to be comfortable in here. But then it'll kind of quit and it'll turn itself off as needed when it gets up to temp, because it was still warm out last night. Then throughout the night it started getting colder, and once it starts doing that, then it won't fire back up sometimes, and then it just kept messing with it. And I woke up at like 3 in the morning messing with it, and it's just been one of those nights where it wasn't fun. Technology is great, but not when it doesn't work, and I mean bunk heaters. But again, this thing's probably never been cleaned out, so it's probably about time to service that and put a kit in it. So I'm gonna have to order something for it, and yeah, fix it. Yep, been sitting here for like 10 minutes waiting for this JB Hunt to back up. Got another cold here last night. North Carolina, we're just on the west side of Greensboro. And we're about to go deliver our load. The bunk heater in this thing quit, because you know why not. The igniter, I think, is dirty or junk, or the screen's bad. I saw it smoking in that shop video. I knew it was probably due. I got a kit for it, a new igniter and stuff that I'm going to put in it, and a new screen, and that'll solve it, because it's likely what the problem is. But till then, we're going to have to rough house it. We didn't idle. We fired it up last night, warmed it up in here a little bit, and it was all right. I don't think it got that cold here. They were saying 27, but I woke up this morning and I fired up the truck at 7 a.m. to kind of get it warmed up a little bit. It said 40. So I think it's supposed to be like 48 today. It's supposed to be a little colder here because the cold front's finally made it down here. It was windy the last 2 days. Yesterday across West Virginia, and just down into here, it was crazy windy. It was just non-stop blowing wind. So wasn't a fun drive. You guys know that 64 to 77, that West Virginia Turnpike, man, it can be a tiring drive with all them hills you gotta pull and stuff. But imagine how the truck feels. So I got here, I was out. Sorry I didn't film an update for you guys, but nothing really other than finding a parking spot. And actually there's no parking here, which was weird, because when I got here about the same time last time on the weekday, there was plenty of parking, but on a Saturday night there was nothing here. Today's Sunday morning, like, it was full. I don't know if it's full of locals or what, but I had to pay for parking. I actually parked in the paid spot, and then it filled up, and then they started checking, and I didn't have a receipt in the window, and they made me pay. So, whatever. It's a write-off, right? Write-off. And now some people hate it, some people like it, the paid parking thing. I don't know. I guess it could be kind of dumb, but at the end of the day, people that don't want to pay for it, at least you got a spot. And the problem with coming down here is when I get where I need to go, there's really nowhere to park there. And there's a rest area just a mile up the road, but that rest area I'm pretty sure was full and was filled up. Plus I wanted to have amenities. So, whatever. The load pays enough to cover the parking, let's just put it that way. We're gonna put air to the trailer and get out of here in a second. It's 9:30 here, so we got a 12 o'clock appointment. Figure be there in about an hour. Maybe that will load us early. Maybe they'll load us early. It'd be nice. Cold. Yes, that's what we'll do. Hey, it's a cold one here. It's at 26. I guess that's that door. So we're gonna have to finagle around in here a little bit. Sorry about the glare. That sun is actually kind of intense today. So, I don't know. We'll figure this out. There really ain't much room over here to... I guess I could blindside up this hill. this is a driver's view of this yard. You don't get a lot of room. Those trailers, there's about a trailer length here between us and them. So I don't know, 53 feet, maybe 60 feet. And then that's all downhill there. I know the camera doesn't do it justice, but that's all downhill. Next time what I'm gonna try to do here, because for my trailer with my spread, this would be hellacious to back it in like that. And you guys saw it had to be like at a 130, 40 degree angle. But I think what I'll do is back down or pull down there and then try to blindside up here, because with these tankers are always here, just never have enough room to pull up far enough. And today was worse, even though this guy wasn't here earlier. There's a new truck that just showed up, but the guy that's next to him over there, that guy is kind of in the way. If that guy wasn't there, I'd be able to nose it in a little bit further, and it would make my life a lot easier. So this was about as bad as it gets here, but it's still very doable. You just have to make use of everything here. Luckily, they never really have any trailers in the dock over here, other than this guy. I'm over here screwing with this bunk heater. I think the air hole's plugged, the air supply hole to it. I don't have the socket to take this out, because I could take this apart, but you have to have a special socket to take this apart, to take these take that heater out without destroying these wires. So I don't really want to do that, because I can wait till I get home, but maybe blowing air at it is going to help it. As in getting down in there, because that air hole is right on the side of there. Maybe it's just enough to get crap in there and blow it some out so we can get it to go. Just for now, I'm still going to rebuild this thing, because it probably could use a new screen. Usually it's this igniter. This is the igniter that goes in there, and there's a screen at the bottom that you got to replace, because that screen gets gummed up. But I'm betting that hole is plugged up on the side, and it's not allowing air, and it won't ignite. So I'm going to give it a shot now and see if that helps. Let me just turn it on and see what it does. Yeah, I don't think she's going to go. That screen is probably dirty inside there, and maybe the igniter is actually bad. But all in all, we probably can't get enough air into that little slot on the side of it either, because usually they're pretty gummed up with like soot and diesel. So blowing air in there probably wasn't going to do it any good.
You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Ooh, I've been on the flex since flex zone. Neighborhood all in your eardrums. I ain't never scared like Bone Crush. Boy, I got God, don't fear none. My line busy, take no calls. Feels like I don't have no flaws. Snakes in the grass, cut those off. Yo, squad shady, my bros raw. No breaks, we go, 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 go. Throw shade, that's a no, 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 no. Go high, go low, low, low. Like spinning in a 644. Cash money like 504. Ball like AD24. No sleep, need more, more, more. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
How much freaking fun was that? Lots.